Untitled Chatter time once again. And we have a great episode for you guys here tonight. Hmm, thought that was down. Let's see what's going on while we get in here. Feel inside. We have a great episode going on for you guys here today. We are talking about letting go of things, which is one of the most important. Alexa, volume 4. Turn it down a little bit so I don't have to be so loud. Can you guys see me? Let me fix my mic. I'll do that. Okay. Hopefully that's a little better. All right. I'm going to go ahead and fix my drink. Well, add something to it. Had to go ahead and get rid of that. Because we're going to go ahead and get started in a few seconds. But first things first, let's go ahead and fix our drink. I am drinking the Taylor Port Dry Sherry. And I'm going to be mixing it again with some Donato. Remember I told you about this vodka last time. So we're going to be mixing the two. And this dry sherry is a little bit different than the last one from last time. It's a little bit stronger. As if you can get any more stronger when you're talking about a wine. But I guess you can. So, here we go. Yeah. I'm not even going to measure it today. I'm just going to pour it up. And when you're talking about letting go of things, because that's what we're going to be talking about today, letting go of things. Because as women, that is something that we have a hard time doing, letting go of things, letting go of grudges, letting go of pain, letting go of anger, letting go of men. We have such a hard time letting go of things. We hold on to things forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And that's not good, ladies. That's not good. Also, we have a little giveaway for you ladies today. I'm going to be giving that away closer to the end. Closer to the end. I actually don't even know what was just said. So, I don't even know where I was. We're going to be talking about letting go of things. And we as women have a hard time letting go of things. We have a hard time of moving past things that hurt us, moving past things that we feel offended us. We just have a hard time moving right along and working things when we need to move forward. And the way for you to move forward is to let go of things. You have to let go of men. You have to let go of men. You have to let go of pride. You have to let go of hate. You have to let go of jealousy. You have to let go of so many things so that you can be better. Because we're trying to be beautiful, happy Black women. And happiness is a state of mind. So it's really we're trying to gain peace. Because when you gain peace, happiness comes and goes and you don't even mind when it do. Just want to go ahead and give you a little insight of what we're going to be having going on. And I have a special treat for you ladies because I have two guests that will be coming in later on tonight. Very, very sophisticated women. They will be coming in to tell you about experiences they had with letting go, how that affected their lives, and the women that they became after moving forward. These women are a part of the seasoned and unseasoned group. And you remember, moving forward, I want to let you ladies know in this group, because it's come to my attention. I don't know what made me think otherwise. Older ladies do not like being called old. So, here in Black Girl Beauty, when we speak, we say seasoned and unseasoned. If you are 41 and up, it's non negotiable. You are seasoned. If you are 41 and under, if you are 40 and under, you are unseasoned. We are moving forward saying seasoned and unseasoned women so we can refrain from saying old and young. That is how we want to move forward in Black Girl Beauty. And moving right along with our topic. Today, we're letting go of stereotypes because I want to let you ladies know it is absolutely okay for you to dibble dabble in anything that you want to dibble dabble in. It is not what you do, ladies. It's how you do it. A lady does things properly, and she does things classy, and she does things with a little bit of respect. That is Black girl beauty, ladies and gentlemen. We don't shame each other because we think things are supposed to be done a certain way. No, we do it sophisticated, if that's even a word. We do it with sophistication. You have to be able to let go of the things that happened to you in the past so that you can see what you need to be doing to move forward. We so busy holding on to old stereotypes and old rules and regulations that were placed upon us when we had no say so over who we were, what our names were. This goes back to olden times. Olden times. We can call the times old. We began holding on to things back in the day. We made these stereotypes and we were classified as certain type of people. They're saying that Black women are angry, Black women are aggressive, Black women can't use their words. Those are all stereotypes that we as Black women also hold each other to. We look at each other when something goes left. When a situation between two Black women go left, the way we further demean each other is we nitpick at what the other one did, and we're holding her to a stipulation of stereotypes from back in the day. Oh, because Black women don't do this, Black women don't act like this, and if they do, they are this type of woman. You are an aggressive woman if you lose your temper every now and again. It's not okay for you to lose your temper. As a Black woman, you have to be perfect. You're not allowed to lose your temper ever. You're not allowed to spaz out and have a bad day ever. And if you do, that one day that you decide that you're going to have a bad day, that's the day that you get labeled aggressive. That's the label that you fit into all the stereotypes that they say Black women are. And we let that beat us down. We carry that weight on our shoulders. You have to let go of that, ladies. You have to be able to let go of who you think you're supposed to be so that you can be a better woman. We're trying to be happy and peaceful young women. And when we walk around and we have these heavy loads on us because we feel like we can't do this or we can't say that or we can't go here, sometimes those are the things that make you happy. You're around here you're not going, I don't even know no place. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you're not going to places that, let's just say you're not going out to the bar. You want to go out and have a few drinks with your friends, but you feel like because you're a specific type of woman, you're not allowed to go out in the bar. And instead of you just sitting at home and not going to the bar, what you're going to do is you're going to criticize everyone else that's at the bar. You know what? If you were a good woman, like I'm a good woman, you wouldn't go to the bar. No, maybe if you were a woman that lightened up and stepped out a little bit, you would just come to the bar and have a good time. And just while you're here, you don't indulge and participate in the things a woman like you doesn't indulge and participate in. That's what I mean by it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not who you are, it's what you do when you're out and about. It's what your actions show who you are. Your words tell who you want to be. That's why we have to let go of stereotypes so that we force each other, oftentimes, most times, I'm going to say all the time, we force each other to live by these stereotypes, and we force each other to hide things from each other just because we're so busy judging each other based off of stereotypes that none of us really want to live by. I mean, who I don't even gonna say that, but there are a lot of things that they say you young women should do that just ain't fun, honey. And we're young, we're all human. We want to live a life and have fun and enjoy ourselves and still not be judged at the same time. And you know what we're gonna do right there in that moment, ladies? We're gonna take one sip. Moving right along, ladies. One of the other things that we have to let go is pride. We have to be willing to set aside who we think we are and the things that we think we deserve and get the things that we need so that we can receive the things that we want. Sometimes we're so busy with our head on our shoulders that we don't receive help when we need it. We don't receive love when we need it. We don't give love when we need it. And we're so stuck on our prideful ways. We're not willing to change to make a change in our lives. You have to be willing to change to get a change, if that makes any sense. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, the exact same way, and expecting different results. We can't be insane, ladies. We're letting go of things so that we can reach a level of peace and be happy. because we as Black women, we're going to experience so many things. We're going to have so many situations that come upon us. We have to be able to set aside ourselves and see, you know what is it that I can do to improve this situation? Instead of why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? All of those type of questions are questions that we can avoid when we just sit back and figure out what it is that we could do to change how this situation is happening to me. You have to set aside your pride so that you can receive your blessings. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Sometimes when someone is trying to bless you, you have to receive those blessings, because when you refuse a blessing that's being offered to you, you block your blessings. You block their blessings. And you don't want to it I don't want to tell you that you don't want to block other people's blessings, but you don't. You don't want to block someone else's blessing when they're trying to bless you. You have to set aside your pride sometimes and receive things when you need to receive them. And when it comes to being a blessing, this is a main important fact that I want to touch on, because it happens so much in our community, period. Male, female, 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 male, male. When you decide to be a blessing, you have to be a blessing regardless to how the person you're blessing reacts to your blessing. And I want to break that down to you, because so many times we get so caught up in who we are, and we don't let go of the pride that we are holding on to, that when we're blessing somebody, we don't bless people in a way where they'll be appreciative of it. Sometimes people, we're so busy holding on to hate and anger and revenge that when somebody comes to you and asks you for something, your head is up so high and you're so on this pedestal. I knew you was gonna come back and need me. Of course you need a favor. I mean, yeah, I'll do it for you if you do this, that, and that, and the third. And then that's where I'm saying, when you decide to be a blessing, you need to be a blessing regardless to if the person you're blessing receives the blessing the way you think they should. And I'm saying that to say, when you put stipulations, oh, I'll do it for you if you do this, that, and that, and the third, and the person decides they're not going to do this, that, and that, and the third, it takes away the whole idea that you decided you want to be a blessing. Now you're doing this because you want something in return. We have to learn how to be a blessing just because being a blessing is a great thing to be. Don't always expect something in return. Don't always hold it over somebody's head, because sometimes you don't know what it took for a person to come to you and ask you for help. Sometimes we're so busy on the attitude that somebody had when we gave them something, we're not wondering, you know what? Maybe it took all they had to even come to me and ask me to be a blessing to them. We don't even think about things like that, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a simple situation like that can ruin the best of friendships, especially with Black women. We have a bad habit of holding things over each other's head. Alexa, next song, please. We don't do no R. Kelly, no. We just gonna move forward. We not believing we can fly up in here. We're gonna move that forward. So, like I was saying, when we fail to be, when we have these chips on our shoulders, we have this idea that we don't need anybody, and everybody that needs us needs to treat me accordingly. Otherwise, I'm not sticking around for you to need me. That's not a great way to be a blessing. Matter of fact, that's the worst way to be a blessing, because you don't want to walk around this world being tolerated. When people are tolerating you, that means the second they don't have to deal with you for any amount of anything, they're going to cut you off and never think twice about you. And then you're going to look up and there you are all alone and miserable. And you wondering why all those people that you helped, or all those people that you did so many things for, why they're not calling to check on you? Why they're not saying, hey, I wonder what she's doing? It's because your delivery, when you delivered that blessing, was so unloving that they were just so excited to be done with you, that once they paid back whatever favor that you did for them, they never want to speak to you again. That is one of the things that happens when you fail to let go of your pride. You have to let go of your pride. And in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I'm gonna tell you, ladies, we have a hard time of letting go of these men. The good ones are the only ones we need to be holding on to. I was gonna say the good, the bad, but you keep the good. When you see yourself in a situation that is not good for you, and you see you doing things that you think will be better for your spouse or for whatever situation you're into, if it's not working, that's when you sit back and you begin to work on you. Because by working on you, you will strengthen your confidence, you'll strengthen your faith, you'll strengthen your knowledge of the woman that you are. And the woman that you are will one day wake up and be like, you know what? I can't even believe I'm dealing with this. I can't even believe I've been sitting back allowing this to be going on, but with me, between me and whoever the third or whoever's. And that is when we come to the point where we're like, you know what? Maybe I need to let this go. If by letting certain things in your life go, you let go of, you end up losing people in your life, that's just something you got to get over, because that means their part in your life is over. Some people only have seasons, and we're tapping into all of this. That is Black girl beauty, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying to let go of things so that we can get to a better level. That's why we're tapping into all of this, all of the things that affect us as Black women that we never talk about, that we never speak on, that we, a lot of things and emotions and situations that we go through silently. We just deal with things. And when we, so even sometimes when we hear someone else talking about it, you may chime in, but you don't never really sit back and think, you know what? That done happened to me a couple times. You know what? I done been in that exact same situation a couple times. And if instead of labeling each other with stereotypes and holding on to our pride and being so hateful towards each other, because ladies, let me tell you another thing. We can hold a grudge. We're gonna take a sip to that. I'm telling you, can nobody hold a grudge. Can nobody hold a grudge like a woman? We get mad at each other and we don't speak, we don't even look each other's way for the rest of our lives. And whether you know it or not, walking around with anger and hatred in your heart towards someone else, it weighs down on you. You got to let that go. You have to let go of hatred and grudges so that you can be a better woman. How dare you allow somebody to be so heavy on your emotions that when they come into a room, they take all your energy away. You are so mad and so worked up that you can't even move forward and have a good time. We have to let that go. We have to let go of anger and let go of passion, and we have to let go of things that hold us back, because that is the main point that I want to let you know. When you fail to let go of the things that you need to let go of, you hold yourself back, you hurt yourself, you keep yourself trapped in a situation longer than you have to be. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not Black girl beauty. That is Black girl ugly. Because when Black girls have a lot of weight on their shoulders and they have a lot of baggage and they're failing to hold on to things, they look ugly. They feel ugly. We beat ourselves down. We walk around with these frowns on our faces, and people look at us and they call that aggression and they call that anger. And they say that Black women don't know how to use their words and can't control themselves. No, Black women are walking around with a lot of weight on their shoulders, a lot of things that they have failed to let go. And when situations happen to them where they feel like they are being treated unfairly, all of those things that they failed to let go, that they're walking around acting like don't bother them, that they're just moving from day to day, that they're holding on to, all of those things come out. And it may look like aggression, it may look like anger, it may look like an inability to use your words, but sometimes that is just life. And if you don't tap into these things, you'll never truly know what it is that you need to do to make yourself feel better. This is my song right here. Come on. Let's take a drink to that. It's Return of the Mac. We are letting go of all the things that we need to let go of in order for us to move forward. Because that's Black girl beauty, ladies and gentlemen. That is peace. That is love. That is the level of sophistication that I want all Black women to be able to reach. All Black women of every lifestyle, every situation, absolutely everything. And this lipstick that I have on, by the way, this is Ira. Non-stick, non-smudge. Tell your boyfriend to give you a kiss, ladies. It will not smudge on his lips. And I want to take a moment to say to everyone in here, I want to thank you for joining this live. If you're on right now, take a moment to share, tell someone that you're in here, because we are tapping into Black girl beauty. And I have two amazing guests that I'm going to bring in later on, and they're going to tell you about who they are, what they do, and we're going to speak on some situations that they had when letting go of things, when they weren't able to let go of other things. Okay. I can't see who that is. I see, hey Sheikah, have my cousins in here. Hey ladies, how you doing? Let me see you drop some comments if you're here. We are so happy to have you guys. Oh my God, hi Anna. Hey sis. I'm so glad that you ladies are here, and I hope you're getting some great information. We are letting go of things, ladies. We are moving forward. We are trying to be great. 2021 is going to be our year. The best way for us to move forward is to better ourselves. And step one in bettering ourselves is letting go of things. We're letting go of baggage. We're letting go of pride. We're letting go of grudges. We're letting go of jealousy. And I'm going to tell you one thing that I'm letting go, mainly so that I can step out and be a voice, not even just be a voice, so that I can create a platform where I can be a voice for me, and every other Black woman can be a voice for her. We are being a voice so that every Black woman can have a place where she can come and learn who she is and see other Black women being great and speaking to each other and communicating in such a beautiful way where we understand. Because the reason why I do the season and the unseasoned is because we need to learn how to communicate with each other, old and young. We have to let go of those old stereotypes that keep communication from us so hectic, that we have to let go of pride. We have to let go of grudges. All those things that I said we need to let go are the main things that Black women need to let go of in conversation, so that we can be better conversation, so that we can be better Black women to each other. Because if we come together and build each other up, woo, it's amazing. Do you know the back in the day when they were doing the civil rights movement, it wasn't until the Black women left the civil rights movement and started working on the women's movement that the civil rights movement went down. Now that's a whole nother conversation, but I only pointed out this to show you that when Black women start a movement, when we work hard in a movement, it moves. And I want to just go ahead and make sure that our guests are in here. And okay, yes, I am seeing this outside of the group. No, you won't be able to share it outside of the group. You have to be on the other pages. Hello, Miss Denise. So glad that you guys are in here. I'm so happy to have you guys. I hope you are ready, because we are tapping into letting go of pride. And like I said, one of the things that I'm letting go is the fear of what could happen if things go wrong. And when I say what that is, when you're deciding to step out into a new world and step out into a new platform and try new things, the possibility of things going left or right are right there. That you can step out into the world and you can show the world who you are. You can give them everything you have to offer, and they could go left. Like they cannot receive you. They may not like you. They may not love you. But that's something that you have to be willing to step beyond and move forward. Hey, you guys that's on Instagram, everybody that's on Facebook and on Instagram and on LinkedIn, everywhere that you are. How you doing? From Uniqua, Les Plum. You know, we call myself the plum. That's a whole nother plum story. I'll be sure to tell you guys how I became the plum, because everybody's under the impression that my favorite color is purple because I dyed my hair purple. It is not. It is blue. That's a completely different conversation. But letting go of fear is so important, because when you let go of fear, you're able to forgive more easily. And forgiveness is so very hard for you to tap into. If you're unable to step beyond fear, you'll never be able to forgive. Because one of the things that keep you from forgiving people most of the time is your inability to accept accountability for what the role that you played in the situation. And now that pill right there is a pill that you can go back and forth with each and every person day in and day out about, because we all swear we didn't do no wrong. Let's take a sip to that, because we all swear that we don't do no wrong. We definitely need to let go of that, ladies. We have to let go of the idea that we don't do no wrong. We do right sometimes, and we do wrong a lot of times. And when you are able to accept the fact that sometimes there's a role you played in why this situation was going on so long, why this situation got so bad, why this situation happened to me, all those questions that we ask ourselves when situations happen. Why me? How did I end up here? What in the world was I doing that got me here? All those questions that we ask, those are questions that we can answer ourselves when we just sit back. You know what? I should have left when this happened. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even have been there from the gate because I know you don't know how to hold no water. It's situations like that we have to tap into. So I'm going to go ahead and move right along because I have 4 minutes, and I said I was going to bring in my guest at 8:30. If you have any questions, ladies, or any comments, you can drop them in the question section. We are here to answer questions. We are here to be informative. We are here for Black Girl Beauty. And I'll take a second to show you about this giveaway. This is, I'm not going to open it because I don't want to have to close. But inside this giveaway, we have an eyebrow kit, which comes with the eyebrow powder. It comes with a little brush, and we have a whole set of brushes that comes inside of here. There are also some lashes and some concealer. And it comes with a nice little cup. And the cup says, beyond, behind every successful woman is, dun, 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 herself. That is Black Girl Beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Knowing that you yourself are behind all the success that you have. Yes, you will have help. Yes, you may have people assisting you. Yes, you will have God. But you have to understand you also have yourself. And if you're not pushing yourself to be where you need to be, you're going to have a problem. If you're not working for yourself to get where you need to be, you're going to have a problem. That is Black Girl Beauty, young ladies and gentlemen. And ladies, really. That is what we're tapping into. That is the level we're trying to get into. And that is why we have to let go of things. We have to be willing to move forward, show love, show forgiveness, let go of grudges and hatred. And I'm going to go in, and this evening, because last week, we began with our unseasoned young ladies, because of course, it was our London, let's see if we could bring you in, London. I just turned your screen on. Let's see if you can come up. I see Uniqua's back. Uniqua? Okay,
Yes.
I see London. Okay, there she is. Okay, Uniqua, you can
Hey,
introduce
hey, Miss
London, or London
London.
can introduce herself.
I don't know what happened with my screen. Hey, Miss London.
Look, I'm talking on mute. Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, Miss Amanda.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to go off and let you on. I just came on for the technical difficulties.
Sorry, I don't know what
Okay.
happened. I'm gonna take a sip to that. All right, Miss London. We're gonna let London come in and introduce herself. She's gonna tell you guys a little bit about herself, who she is, what she does, and then we're gonna go into a conversation later on. But right now, London, just tell the people a little bit about you and your Black girl beauty. Tell everything you have going on.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So my name is London. I am a 30-year-old female.
Whoop,
I
whoop.
am the I am a mom of one son. He is a 6-year-old, about to be 7 in April. If anybody knows me, they know he's my little pride and joy. Um, I have an identical twin sister, and then two younger siblings who are both in their 20s, a younger sister and a younger brother. I was born in Pensacola, Florida, but I've been here in Georgia for a good bit of my life. My mom brought me here during my childhood just to give us better opportunities at life. Um, and so graduated from high school here, went on to college, and um, 2009 to Vette State, where I met Uniqua, and graduated with a criminal justice degree there in 2013. And excuse me, 2013. And then I had my son, took a few years off from school, and then went back to get my master's degree in social work. I obtained that in 2018 from Kennesaw State University. And so that's what I'm currently doing now, working as a social worker. I was with the state of Georgia for a while, working with children and families. I love that. But then just advanced my career and moved into work. So that's what I'm currently doing. I'm a medical social worker, and I absolutely love the job. Um, so yeah, just that's kind of where I am in life right now. Just looking to continue to be a light to others. In times of where times when they're struggling and going through some things. And so that's just my passion, as simple as it is, it's just truly helping people and being there for them. And so that's why I chose social work, and I plan to retire in this career. So that's just a little bit about me.
And that is amazing, Miss London. That is Black girl beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, am I muted? You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay. Am I muted? Can you guys hear me? I'm not muted. I'm unmuted. I
We can
unmuted.
hear you, Uniqua. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Miss London, can you hear me? Okay, we're gonna moving right forward. That is Black girl beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Miss London Winston is one of the best social workers, and we are so glad to have her looking over our kids. And we're gonna go ahead and bring in our second guest. She's gonna come in and introduce herself and tell you a little bit about her, and then we're gonna have both ladies share a moment in time where they failed to let go of something and how it changed their lives. I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself, Missy Vette Stanley.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. I know it's late, but I'm happy to be here. And I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Yvette Stanley. I am married of 31 years to a wonderful husband. I have two adult sons, and I am really excited about the journey that I've been on. I am a healthcare professional. I am non-clinical, but I work in the surgical suite space. And I also am an entrepreneur. I run a small business that's seasonal during the holidays. And I am a creator of wreaths and holiday decorations. I've done that for more than 35 years, longer than I've been married. And I take great pride in my clients and the work that I give to them and the joy that I bring to their families. But today I'm here to support Uniqua's endeavors and to talk about letting go. And I'm eager to get started on that and to share my insights as a seasoned person, as you put it. Um, I'm glad to be in the above 41 age group. I don't want to go back. So let's get going.
Definitely, definitely. We are so excited to have you here. And thank you, ladies, for being a part of this live stream. We now want to come in. Okay, London, I had to add you back in. We now want to come in and have you ladies both share a moment in time where you held on to something a little bit longer than you probably should have, and what that caused, what that situation did to you, and how it changed you as an adult. Like, where have you moved to since then, and where are you moving forward? Like, what is something? And we're gonna start with the season, ladies. Last week, like I was saying before my screen did whatever it did earlier, I apologize for that. If you're not speaking at the moment, we need you. Can you go ahead and mute your screen, so you guys can cut out the statics? We only want to hear one of you guys at a time. I think somebody's rattling or something. But
There's
yes, we're gonna
feedback.
start with the season, ladies, this week, because last week we started with the unseasoned, which was moi. And of course, we had to start with me on the first week. And before we get started, we're gonna go ahead and take one more sip, ladies, before we get into our dialogue, because we really wanna be able to help each other move forward in this time. We have a seasoned and an unseasoned lady to here tell you about a situation where letting go would have been best in their situation. Missy, that can we start with you? Alexa,
Yeah.
off.
And I apologize for the background noise. I don't know where that's coming from. I hope that you guys can hear me. So I'm going to start the serenity prayer because it puts things into perspective. And that prayer is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. But I like after that is the time, enjoy time, and accepting her pathway to peace, talking as he did. So I want to put that in perspective, and now I'll tell you one of the things that I had trying to go with and how I overcame that. And that was what we're doing today, and that's talk myself to people and sharing my experiences. Just to feel a lot of shame about where I am and how I grew up. I tend to not talk about that. And a lot of people, if they met me, they would go, no, you have all this going for you, and that's not how I would envision you. But I learned that my past part of my journey, and my past is important as I move forward. You leave it, you reflect, and use those experiences as ways to grow. So I have short-term memory on purpose. That short-term memory is so that I don't dwell on things, I don't hold grudges, and I don't tend to, um, well, that to me, and we're going to trust them with this, that, the other. Because if I'm and I'm our child of God, then it doesn't, there's no room for us both in that same body. And so, and it's hypocritical. So, um, pause right there for a moment, just because I want other people to one express herself. If there's something to do for fine
Definitely, definitely. Miss London, we need you to give
is
the
right
same
here. This
thing.
is
Definitely. An experience that you think that maybe you held on to too long and how it affected you. And then we're going to ask you ladies to give each other some advice on the situation. So we're going to go ahead and give us an experience, Miss London.
Okay, and so first I'll start by saying like what I'm going to tell you is something that I usually in the past have not liked to share with people. Just because I kind of just like to keep my private life, you know, um away from everyone and to judge. And so but tonight I guess I've just decided to share just because it is something that I've continued to work on daily and that I think I really have gotten better at. And that is it took me a very long time to let go of the idea of the fact that I'm a single mom, and then truly allow myself to raise my son with another man that is not his biological father. And so, as that may seem, that was something very hard for me because I just truly believed that once I became a mother, that was ever going to be the case. And so, for years, I put my love life on hold, kind of just, wanting to work out with my son's dad and want to be that family. Um, and it just did not work. And so, that was something that it just took me a long time to truly let go of. And it caused a lot of sadness and pain in my life because I would not let go. And now knowing that I really think that God allowed me to go through it, um, so much in a situation, I believe, because I wouldn't let go when he wanted me to, or when I should have. Um, but I am much, much better about that now. And so I'll tell you a little bit more about it later on when, I'm here to discuss, but that is just one thing that, the hardest thing for me to let go in my life thus far.
so and I appreciate you sharing that information and your story with us, and so private and personal, but being real, I think, is very important. And so I'll give you a little advice,
Yes, ma'am.
and it sounds like you're moving on from that, and that you're to accept that the fact is that it's not going to be that way, but it doesn't mean that it's not the best way
Right.
for you and your son. God has a way of putting
Absolutely.
people in that the best case scenario. I am a product of a single parent. My mother raised me and two other beautiful girls, and my mom moved my siblings and I from Detroit to Atlanta in the middle of the night. It was out of fear of our lives. She made a decision that, and she was a child. She had no siblings. We had relatives that lived in the Atlanta area, and she decided that she was going to make it better for us. My father was abusive. They were divorced. He was always coming over and trying to kick in the doors and all kinds of things. But the point is that she took us out of the situation, and she did the best for us that we could. And to this day, my mom lives maybe 10 minutes from me, and my sisters. We grew up very close, um, a lot. But
Okay.
when my particular guy never married, but I call him my biological father is still living, and we've read those issues that were in the past. But the man that I know that acted as my father lived right here, 10 minutes away. And I depend on him. He knows my kids. He knows my kids better better than my own father. And so he's a positive influence in my life. And I say that, God knew what he was doing when he helped my mom on with these small children. At that time, and my sister, I was the youngest of the three. We went through a lot of things doing. I had to you now. I certainly wouldn't have met my husband or Uniqua and Amanda and all of the other people that I call my family. So hang on to that, because life is not a race; it's a journey.
Yes. Wow. And I wanted to chime in a little bit, everyone. I'm Amanda Manigart, and I am one of the founders of Black Girl Beauty. What I just heard them say, I heard London speak on being a single mom, and I heard Yvette, touch on her journey with her mother and growing up. And it reminded me of a scripture. I'm going to read it to you. Romans 8:28 says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. That's one of my favorite scriptures. And it makes me think of Black women, challenges that we have, whether it be a single mom, whether it be, in a bad relationship, whether your marriage is going bad, whether you're married to an alcoholic or your kids are, struggling, or whatever the case might be. When I read that scripture there, it reminds me that it all is going to come together. And I really believe that as Black women, I believe that we as a whole, we always tend to figure it out. That's Black Girl Beauty, because no matter how hard, I know, London, I read your resume, so I know you figured it out. I know Yvette, and I know her story. I know she figured it out, and so that's the beauty of, being a Black woman. Absolutely. And something that I know that we're proud of. And Yvette, what is it that you can share, or with the younger generations, when you think of letting go? Because I know for me, when I think of letting go, I think about my future. What is it that's in my life that's really, really like dead weight, baggage, that is holding me back from my dreams and my goals? So I want to ask you that, Yvette. What is it, when you think about letting go and you see this younger generation out there, that piece of advice that you feel like will help them turn it around immediately?
Well, two things. One is, don't have a spirit of. I know Uniqua talked about, but and don't compare yourself to others. Have some of it.
We lost her. She'll be back. London.
We lost her.
So
Okay.
London.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Amanda.
You're welcome. I guess
Miss London, we're going to ask you the same question that we asked Miss Yvette. I'm going to bring you up to switch it up there. There you go, Miss London. So what is a piece of advice that you can give to any woman that could possibly use to, and some advice that you would give to a younger woman? Miss Yvette looked like she came back in. And I also want to speak on the fact that both of you ladies touched on how how speaking out about your situation was what helped you. And I'm so glad that you were able to move forward. And that is something that we as Black women have to do. That is Black Girl Beauty. And I'm so proud of you, Miss London. You got to step out. And sometimes it begins with just telling your story. So what is some advice that you can give to a woman that is possibly in your same situation, dealing with something that you want to deal with, and not have access to the things that you had access to, or not had your courage and your strength? What piece of advice would you give her to help her keep moving forward, that you may have needed to hear, but you didn't hear, but you made it anyway?
Okay, so um and like Unique was saying, like, I'm glad I came on here because I was nervous. So I just don't like talking in front of people, and I work with people every day. But I can just get shy about talking to people. But I'm glad I did come. And so some advice that I guess that I would give is just pray about it. Prayer does work. Um Continue to believe that you will make it. That's what I had to tell myself, like, I'm gonna be fine, it's okay. Not Don't blame yourself for what others may do to you. um Trust God. That I truly had to trust God in the situation to allow me to move forward, to allow my heart to move forward and my mind to move forward. um don't be ashamed of your situation. I was ashamed for so long about being a single mom. um, but it didn't mean that I wasn't great. And so, or that I couldn't be great and still be very happy in my life and achieve the things that I wanted to achieve in my life. And so that's just a big thing. Don't be ashamed of what you go through. I truly believe that God knew what we would go through before we even went through it, or before we even go through it. And so, if he allows us to go through it, he'll bring us through it. And you just have to keep telling yourself that, have some affirmations daily to try to help yourself, get through different situations that you're going through, and just know that you will get through it and be better. So that's just, something that I would, tell the next person. Um, and then also, talk to people about it. Other people may be going through the same thing that you're going through. You all may be able to be supportive of one another. And that was something that I just held in for a long time. Um, not wanting to talk to people about it. And that, caused a lot of stress and sadness and depression for me. And so, if you could talk to someone about it and get some support from someone else, do that. It may be very, very helpful, and help you get through the situation much quicker. So,
Definitely. Thank you so much, London, for
welcome.
sharing that piece of advice with us. And Missy Vette, we now have you back. You were cut off. I'm going to bring you back to the center. If you wanted to go ahead and finish what you were saying, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened with the connection.
I don't
Can you hear?
know.
Can we hear?
It's fine. So I was saying that I think that the biggest thing is to don't look at other people and what they're doing, because your journey is different. And it's important that as African American women, and just women in general, that we have a spirit of forgiveness and a
Definitely.
spirit of just humbleness. Try to have a more understanding spirit, because sometimes someone is having a bad day. It's just the way it is. And we don't have to judge them on just that bad day. I'm not saying to be someone to just walk all over, but be more understanding, and also try to have a spirit of forgiveness. That'll take you a whole long way.
Absolutely. Absolutely, ladies. And that was what I was telling you, what I was saying about letting go of fear. Absolutely. We have to be able to let go of fear so that we can forgive. Because when you can forgive, you can tap into a whole nother level of love and a whole nother level of peace. And that is the mindset and that is the attitude I want you ladies to have walking into Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day, it is this weekend. And don't if you celebrate Valentine's Day next weekend, baby, I'm gonna tell you it. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You ain't who you think you are. So I'm gonna let you know right now. Valentine's Day is this weekend. I want you ladies to walk into Valentine's Day happy. I want you to walk into Valentine's Day letting go of things, letting go of hurt, letting go of pain, letting go of grudges, letting go of hatred. Call up all your people that you hate right now and let them know that you don't hate them no more, because hate weighs you down. So what we want to do is next, and this is one of the most important segments of the show, because now that we have had some ladies come in and give you their stories, and after I have given you a whole long 30-minute lecture about letting go and the things that it does to hold you back and how letting go can be better for yourselves, and we had a seasoned and unseasoned lady come here and lay them seasonings on top of the meal to let you know and let you see and let you hear how stepping out and speaking on what you have going on and working towards making yourself a better you helps you to reach the peace and the love and the forgiveness. And that's the mind frame we want you ladies in walking into Valentine's Day. Because whether you have a Valentine or whether you don't have a Valentine, we want you to be in a great mood. Because when you're in a great mood and you're in love and you're in peace, you'll have a great day. And that's all we need you to have. So what we're going to do right here at this moment, we have a call to action, and we're going to have Miss Amanda come through and give you a call of action. And that's basically what is it that we're going to do now that we have identified the fact that we need to begin letting go of things. Miss Amanda, spotlight's on you.
Okay, ladies. And
Yes, my mama
first
girl.
of all, we have to ask ourselves the question, can I be the problem? Do I, am I, what issues do I have going on? I remember about 10 years ago when my life went through this major transition. I had to ask myself, what is it about me that could be the problem? What do I need to change? I'm talking about letting go of other things, but what can I change about Amanda? Oftentimes we look at other people or other sources and want to play the blame game, but we have to own up to our own stuff. And so I think that's the beginning of letting go, to check yourself and and find out what you need to change about you so that you're able to let go of the things that may not help you get where you're trying to go. And ask yourself the question, where am I trying to go? Where do I want to be? What am I how far away from this am I? And then you want to ask yourself, where do I need to go for help? I think everybody needs a mentor. We all need positive people in our lives. We need people that we can pick up the phone and call. Sometimes we think we have to figure it out all on our own. But I'm telling you, it's an awesome feeling when you have people in your life that love you for who you are, because that's another thing. We're all different. I heard Nequa talk about the season and the unseasoned, your brother or your sister, whether it's your sister, your brother, your nephew, we're all different. And the first thing we have to do is accept the fact that everybody's not going to think like you. Everybody's not going to be like you. You can get married to someone today and tomorrow they may be a different person. You didn't know that they were going to change. You didn't know that they were going to start whether it's drinking alcohol or smoking weed or whatever that problem might be. You didn't know that because when you married them, they may not have been doing that. So now how do you handle that? Do you just walk away from your marriage or do you try to work it out? These are the things that you have to ask yourself and pray about it and take it to God and ask him to help you, and then have those supportive people in your life. So right now with Girl Beauty, the thing that we do is we're about helping colored women and colored girls. We help you focus on building this confidence, learn to appreciate, value who you are as a Black woman. And then on top of that, we have different programs that we offer to help coach you and help find a mentor. Both of these young ladies that are guests that were on here today are in the medical field, and both of them I already know can be great mentors. So we're looking for mentors in our program. I read Yvette's resume, and she said she silently, in the background, she helps people, and that's what she loves to do. We're here, ladies, not just to be out here talking, but to let you know that we all have something to give. As a woman, we all have something to give. So there's a part of us, I would like to speak for the ladies that that I believe that they want to share and they want to give. But we're also mentors. You know, we're mentors, and we're here to support those who need. Maybe some people that are listening to this live tonight that may feel like they need or they need someone mentor. I mean, we have you can comment in there and just say call me, or you can message us on Messenger. I will also put the link in where you can just click on the link and you can fill out your information. I'll put that on the comment and you can go back to it. You'll be able to click on it, put your name and your email, and someone can contact you at a later date. I see a message on here from Christiana. She says sometimes you don't realize hold on to things until you start the process of letting go. Wow, that's the truth. Yvette, can you speak on that? She says sometimes you don't realize you're holding on to things until you start the process of letting go. I don't know if she heard me, but you're absolutely right, Christiana, that basically, in other words, she's saying you don't even know you're holding on to things until you start to clean yourself up and you really start to let go. Because the truth of the matter is, once you start to let go, that's when uh that's when reality starts to sit on you and revelation starts to come. You can't let the truth come inside of you until you admit the truth and you admit that, you know what, I gotta start doing this. And once you start cleaning yourself up, you start realizing, wow, I didn't even realize that this was a problem over here, or I didn't realize I needed to do that, or I didn't realize I let this go too long. Because reality hits you and revelation sinks in. When revelation, it starts to reveal everything. I remember that day when I said, God, when I was sitting in that dark place, and I said, God, what did I do? Show me. I said, show me. And I'm here to tell you that when you ask God, he will answer you. And I asked him, I said, show me what's going on in my life. And when I tell y'all, he showed me so plain and so clear that, and this is the truth, I said, I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more. So I'm here to let you know tonight that there is a way out. There's a way out. All you have to do is, number one, pray to God, ask him to send the right people in your life, and reach out to Black Girl Beauty. We have a free group in Facebook. It's called blackgirlbeauty.org. Tap into that, ladies. Is We are here to uplift each other, inspire one another, motivate one another. You can post in there if you're having a bad day and you just need someone to uplift you. Put your post in there. Tell people how you're feeling. We have to open up and lean on each other, because you may not, when I say mentor, it may not be anybody in your family. It may be a stranger. It may be a stranger that's there to help you. London, Yvette, if you want to tap on that before we shut down in a little bit, it may be a stranger. I don't know if you two, how do you feel about uh people just opening up and sharing themselves or sharing it? So I know a little bit about Yvette and her story with that, but maybe you can touch on that a little bit, Yvette. I don't know if she hears me. Do you hear me, London?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you can touch. Oh, here she is.
In terms of if he, sometimes it's easier to talk to people that you don't even know, because
Right.
you feel like they're not going to. So if you need to speak to me, I'm more than willing to be here, to be able to bounce your ideas around. Sometimes you just need to get it all out and start over. And I'm willing to help do that. Um, Amanda has my contact information and Uniqua, and don't worry about me repeating anything that we talk about, because I'm gonna keep it all to myself and give it to God though, and that's the way I roll. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in that.
All
And
right.
I wanted to say
I
too,
wanted to
Uniqua,
come in.
before you come in once, go ahead.
Before
I
you
just
go ahead
wanted
and
to
say
say
what you
one
want to say,
second.
I want to say I love you guys so much. My name is Uniqua. For my two moms that are on live with me tonight. Because in case for anyone that is watching that does not know, Missy Vette is my mom number two. And these seasoned ladies have been calling me Niqua all night. And that is a family name. Only family calls me Niqua. So Uniqua on live. But I just wanted to these are the fantastic women that I have in my life. You see, Miss London has been calling me Uniqua all night. We are the unseasoned ladies are in accordance. I want to be known that we are on the right path. And the seasoned ladies who want us to be so sophisticated and follow the rules are calling me by my family nickname.
And let me touch on that. Let me touch on that 1 second, because we didn't get a chance to touch on that tonight. As far as the season and the unseasoned, I want to see more Black girls step up to the plate.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to see more Black girls own who they really are. We don't have to lower our self-esteem. We're living in a world now where women want to try anything and do anything, but do not lower yourself just to try to fit in, or just to say I'm with him, or just to say, oh, I do this or I do that. Do not lower your self-esteem, or your don't lower your confidence. Don't lower the person who you are. Be who you are. And just because this person over here is doing this, or this person over here is doing that, that don't mean you have to do it. You have to be strong in these days that we're living in. We're living in some trying times right now, Black ladies, Black girls.
Yes,
We are
ma'am.
living in some trying, but you got to know who you are. You are a Black woman. You are beautiful. You are a Black girl. You are beautiful. You are beautiful no matter what size you are. You are beautiful no matter what color your hair is, no matter how long your hair is, no matter what your complexion is. You are beautiful, but you have to find that beauty within you. And once you identify with that, once you tap into that, let me tell you, nothing can stop you from obtaining your goals. Now, London, are you going to tell us what is it? Are you available to help mentor? Or both of these ladies, by the way, are in the group blackgirlbeauty.org. So also, if you want to tap into these ladies, you can reach them in the group. But London, can you speak on that for a second?
Yes, ma'am. She
Yes,
can.
ma'am. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'm a social worker. I talk to people all day at work. And even in my personal life, I feel like for way back when, even when I was younger, like I feel like people just gravitated toward me when they were going through things. And I think it's because I can listen
Mm-hmm.
and truly be sympathetic and empathetic to them, and not judge. And so, absolutely, I am definitely willing to be a mentor or just to listen. If you want to talk one time or 1,000 times, I'm definitely
Mm-hmm.
available to be a support to anyone that wants to be able to speak and share their story.
Mm-hmm. So that is awesome. That is awesome. So, ladies and oh, Uniqua, I don't want to take over your show. She'll
Thank you
tell me
so
later that
much
I
for
took over her
that.
show.
I really appreciate it because I okay, Miss Stanley. I was okay, she's not here. So we're gonna just go ahead and I just want to thank you ladies for being a part of this conversation and stepping in and sharing your experiences, because this is what it's all about, ladies. This is Black Girl Beauty. Stepping outside of who we were and opening up the door and walking into those doors that we opened up to the opportunity to be someone that we knew we were supposed to be. See, what you guys don't know, because we didn't give you guys any backstory. London and I go back to the I'm talking about freshman year in college. We were there. We were cutting up. And now here we are, young ladies, 30 years old, having a sophisticated conversation 10 years ago, because that's how far back we go.
10 years ago, this conversation was a whole lot different. And she and I might jump on the phone and it sound like 10 years ago. But that is Black girl beauty. We have been able to grow and we have been able to reach different levels. The same thing with Missy, Vette, and my mother. I have watched these two seasoned ladies grow tremendously over an amount of time. And we have come together, and I'm glad that we opened up the floor for anyone to come in and ask questions and to feel like they have a place where they can come and address issues that they don't normally address. And this is why I like to attack this show the way that I do, with the seasoned and the unseasoned. We have two seasoned ladies on this show representing for a side of life that the unseasoned has yet to get to.
I want to say for a moment too, I want to take the time to thank all our viewers who's watching. Be sure to leave a comment, leave your name, tell us where you're at, where you're from, what you do. I wanted to say hello to Karen Garatano. Thank you for joining us. She says on here, when you let go, then you let God provide.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. We are letting go of things.
Yvette, can you
Yes.
touch on that just
Yes.
a little bit? She said, when you let go, then you let God, you open up that door to let God provide.
This is why we have the seasoned ladies on here. They're gonna take on over. Go ahead. Let's let go and let God. Go ahead and tell us
So
about that a little bit.
lastly, if you allow the Lord to let him use you to forgive and move on, the blessings are more than abundant. It's more than you can receive, and I'm a witness to that. So you always have an opportunity to bless someone else, even when it's a bad time for you. Remember that.
Absolutely. And I want to touch on that too.
Do you?
That especially to the younger people, because I know they hold grudges. Yvette, they hold grudges. They
wait,
hold
hold on, wait.
They
This is
hold
the kind of
stuff.
conversation that we
They
like to
hold
have.
on to
Because
stuff,
do
and
we
I
like
wanted
to hold grudges because we're young, or do
yes,
women hold
young,
grudges because
no,
women
young
hold
people
grudges?
hold grudges. And I want to say to you, let me tell y'all
No,
something.
no. Is
I'm
it
going
the
to
young
defend
women?
the young
Come
people.
on now.
I think it's
I'm
all
going to
women.
defend the young
Yes,
people.
I think it's all of
I'm
us.
going
Okay,
to
Yvette,
defend the
she said she's
young
going to
women
defend
because
y'all. Let her
it's all
defend
women.
y'all.
Yes, Miss
I'm
Yvette,
going to
be the
defend
voice of
them
reason here.
because here's the thing. If you are a woman and you have not practiced letting go and not put it in your spirit that I'm going to leave this where it is, and I'm not going to hold a grudge. You can be 75 years old and still holding in a
You could
grudge.
be
So
Sicily.
what
Sicily
we
from
have to do
96.
as women,
That is true. That is true.
what
And I
we have
wanted
to do is say it and leave it.
and
Yes.
leave
Say
it.
it and leave it.
And I
Miss
want
Amanda,
to
Miss
say,
Amanda, what did she say we have to do?
I want to. She said,
Miss,
say it and leave it.
all right,
And
Say
so
it
wait,
and
one more
leave it.
time. Miss
what?
London, Miss
Wait
London
a minute.
Winston, what did she say we
I
had
want
to
to
do?
say this
You have to say it, then
and
leave
leave
it.
it.
Save
I
it
like
and leave
that.
it. We are letting go of things.
That's
Save
Let's
it,
go
right.
ahead and
say it
let
and
Miss
leave it.
Amanda say
And,
one more
well,
thing.
I want to say this because
Because you just have to.
you know we as women we wear a lot of hats. We're mother, we're wife, we're sister, we're daughter. I mean, we wear a lot of hats. Y'all know we wear way more hats than the men wear. You got to know how to turn it on and you got to know how to turn it off. I could have a conversation with you and we may be we may disagree. But we may have a show to do, or we may have to go out here and do something together. Guess what? I'm going to act like we didn't have that disagreement, and I'm going to walk out here with my head up. I'm going to be that professional woman that I'm supposed to be. And that's what I mean when I say young people, you got to let it go, because they be like, well, we just had an argument a few minutes. It doesn't matter if you just had an argument a few minutes ago. You're wearing a different hat now. Take off that hat over there and leave that hat over there and put on your new hat. Bring in the new hat. I see Uniqua putting on a wig or a hat. Uniqua, go ahead. Take over with your theatrical stuff.
I was just showing the ladies how you can have different hats because, like you said, we do have different hats. And that was the main topic that we were speaking on tonight, ladies. Letting go of things. You have to be willing to let go of those old hats so that you can transition to new hats. And even in the midst of transitioning into new hats, you don't forget what you learned when you had on that old hat. You take everything you learned under all these hats and you move forward. But if you're not willing to let go of the traumas you experienced during the time that you were wearing those hats, you'll forever be wearing them. Look, it's gonna be, and look how it looked when you got on more than one hat at a time. I mean, in the beginning, it seemed a little okay. It might not be too crazy, but you get a few of these on there, you start looking. Look, I'm having a little trouble putting this one on top. You know, you get a couple of hats, and things get a little hectic, and then eventually, eventually, the hats are all over the place. You have to be willing to put the hat on, take the hat off, put on another hat. And then when it comes time for you to go back to that old hat, you have to be okay with taking that hat off, putting it to the side, and grabbing another one. That's growth, ladies and gentlemen. That is Black girl beauty, ladies. We have to learn how to take every single hat that we have worn throughout our entire lives and use that hat to let us grow, to help us let go of all the baggage, the hurt, the pain, the grudges, the anger, the aggression. Because we ain't even really aggressive. They call us aggressive, and they use words such as aggressive and angry and bitter because those are derogatory terms. Those are words that when we hear them, we're instantly like, oh, that's not me. I'm not doing that. We don't want to be labeled any of those. So we're going to do whatever we can to do to prove that that's not us. I'm going to let you in on a secret, ladies. You were never that from the gate. Those were words used and put against you so that you can feel some type of way about yourself, so that you will react a certain type of way in situations. Because let me be clear, and whether you admit this or not, you can think about this when you're dealing from day to day. When you feel some type of way about something, your emotions are already on a different type of wave. When you feel like the situation you walking into will offend you, so that you can feel some type of way about yourself, so that you will react. Okay, because I hear myself repeating. I don't know. Am I the only one to hear that?
I hear it too.
Okay, cool. You can think about this when I just wanted to be clear. I wasn't the only one.
It's 9:18. When you get finished with that, can we take a few minutes and let the ladies tell you what Black girl being a Black woman means to them before we close out?
Miss Amanda, did you want to yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not taking over your show.
Yeah, but I want to let you know that you're not. I wanted to be clear that it was clear that you're not. See, I don't know. When someone reminds you of the time, it kind of seems like they're trying to, you know what? We're gonna take another sip. Right,
you know what? See, you know what? That's Black girl beauty, y'all. Y'all know
that is Black girl beauty. So what we're gonna do is at this time, I'm gonna let my guest, Miss Amanda, I'm gonna let my guest come in and say one final word. Let these ladies know how they can contact you if they need to contact you, and give one word on how being on this panel was a great experience for you, because I chose you ladies specifically because I knew that you would not disappoint me. So we're gonna start with the season. London, next week it's on the other season. On the season, Miss Vette, one final word for the people. Miss Amanda, you know you already gave your final word. I want to be sure that you already know that. So, Missy, that is on you.
See how she do me, y'all.
You've already given your final word. Missy Vette?
There she is.
On the season, Missy Vette, one final word for the people. Miss Amanda, you know you already gave your final word. It sounded even better second time around.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear you? Yes.
Okay, so final word is remember your serenity prayer. Remember that God is with you always. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
I'm
can hear you.
sorry. So, what I want to say, final words is keep God first. Remember your serenity prayer. Let go and say it and leave it.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Miss London. We're gonna have you next. Say one final word.
Okay. So I first want to say thank you, Uniqua, for making me come out of my comfort zone and share my story. I really enjoyed being on here with the seasoned ladies. And so and I guess I'll just a final word would be you know, like Miss Yvette said, keep God first, believe in yourself. Don't ever be ashamed of anything that you've been through or that you're going through. Um, you know, definitely it's best to let things go and move forward in your life. In order to move forward in your life, you have to let things go that don't mean you any good, because if you don't, then those things can definitely destroy you if you allow them to. And so definitely just let God. That is very, very true. Letting go and letting God, because He will literally bring you through a situation and allow you to look back and laugh at that situation and see, um, you know, that you were strong enough to come through it, and then bless somebody else with your story. And so those are my final words. Be blessed.
Thank you so much, London. Thank you
And
so
my
much, Miss
You're
final words
Yvette.
welcome.
before
Whoa,
Uniqua
whoa,
finish,
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
just
whoa,
want to
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I
You
just want to
already
say,
gave your final
no,
words.
before Uniqua finish,
We
before Uniqua
established that
finish.
before Miss
No, I have to
London
get
and
my
Miss Yvette
final words,
won.
Uniqua.
I'm gonna go ahead. I had to go ahead and mute her because Miss Amanda will go on and on and on. I want to let you ladies know that I'm so thankful for having you guys here tonight. I'm so abundantly grateful that you were able to share your story and that other Black women that have lived the lives that you lived and that have experienced some of the things that you experienced have had an opportunity to see their situations played out in a way. And I'm so very thankful that we were able to tap into these things and moving into Thanksgiving. You see where my mind is. That's my favorite holiday, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't had a good plate in a long time. It don't sit well with me that Thanksgiving only comes around once a year. So it comes up pretty rapidly. But in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I want you ladies to love hard, love fiercely, love so hard that you can't believe it's happening. And that is the best way for you to tap into everything. And the only way for you to do that is to let go of all those things that are holding you back. Let go of fear. Let go of pride. Let go of grudges. Let go of anger. Let go of hatred. I had to say that again because we can so quickly get caught up in things that are hateful that we don't even consider hateful. It's hateful for you to be jealous of your neighbor. It's hateful for you to have a little something slick to say every time somebody says. It's hateful for you to not be happy for someone when something good happens to them, regardless of how you feel. Let's tap into love. Let's love each other. Let's come together and support Black women because that, ladies and gentlemen, is Black girl beauty. Let go of everything that doesn't support Black girl beauty. Let go of anything that doesn't support you being a better version of you. It doesn't matter what it is. Because sometimes we hold on to things because we love it or because we've been doing it our whole lives. And it don't mean us no good. It has never done us any good. But we're holding on to it because circumstances say we could, would say we should. Let go of those stereotypes. Let go of those shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Let go of those who you thought you should have been because this is what your mom or dad said. Let go of expectations that you cannot reach. Let go so you can let God, so that you can be great. It has been an absolute amazing, plum pleasing, as my mother would say, lay plum pleasing pleasure to be here with you ladies tonight. And I hope that you have grasped everything. And I will see you next Thursday at this same time, 8 p.m. again with the unseasoned. Unseasoned is always going to come first moving forward. Seasoned and seasoned women. Have a great night. I love you, ladies. This is Les Plum
Black Girl Beauty.
Peace.
I love you
Chatter.
too.
Love you. Bye
Love
bye.
you.